Hey friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, it's another episode of I Made My Own, in this case, NATASHA DENONA eyeshadow palette. And this idea came first from Instagrammers. I have seen several different accounts just rearranging their NATASHA DENONA palettes, and even like when they want to pan certain eyeshadow palette X, brand, and they just make their own unique palette, something that they will get the most use out of it. And I thought it was like a great idea, but I never thought into getting it into a video until I watched Samantha Ravandolph about, I would say by now 3 or perhaps even a month ago. She uploaded a video rearranging her NATASHA DENONA palette and just creating her own unique one. And I thought, well, great idea. And I'm like, I think I have to do it. And the first episode, I did it in collaboration with Alicia from Kinky Sweat, and it was making our own Mothership Pat McGrath palette. It was a complete success. A lot of people love it, and if you haven't watched it, I really recommend you to go ahead, take a look at it. You're gonna enjoy it, you're gonna love it, and hopefully you get in love with the series. But today I'm super excited because I'm doing again another collaboration with an amazing creator here in YouTube. Her name is Morgan Turner, and I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Morgan, for accepting collaborating with me. If you don't know Morgan's channel, you have to know about this girl. I mean, she is a lot younger than me. I think she's in her 20s. But what I really enjoy about her is that she's, in first place, a makeup artist. So she has a lot of knowledge about techniques on how to apply different, everything makeup. She comes with beautiful, unique, lovely looks, and she has dived in, I would say, pretty hard on luxury makeup. So we have something in common right there, but she's not shy to show other products that they are more economic and just do very in-depth reviews that they are also fast, quick, easy. I just love her takes and I love her vibe. She just shows the spark of being in her 20s, and I love how compromised she is with her channel. Because let me tell you, if I was in my 20s, for the most part of my life, I have been a very responsible woman, but perhaps, when you're in your younger age, you may take like a second job, YouTube, like lightly, and perhaps not even take, as much importance as it has to really communicate with your subscribers. She's completely opposite. She's on it. She's very honest. And I have seen her through like even her school years, because she, she was going through college and keeping up with uploading her videos, and she has really beautiful quality content that I highly suggest you to please go and check her out. And if you're coming from Morgan's channel, I want to thank you so much. Welcome to my channel. I will hope that you want to stick around, become part of the family. You know the drill. Just look under this screen. It already says subscribe to my channel. Do not forget to ring that post notification bell, because you know how it's YouTube. They will not let you know whenever any of your favorite YouTubers upload new videos. So might as well tap it in there. If you have a little bit of a chance, come and follow me on my Instagram. And now let's get started with making my own NATASHA DENONA eyeshadow palette. So I have a ton of NATASHA DENONA eyeshadow palettes. I decided to do not include my mini eyeshadow palettes. I have another ones right here. In a minute, I'm gonna show you the process. Basically, I'm gonna lay out all of my palettes. I'm gonna swatch them and kind of create a color story that is according to my likes and what I'm looking for, and what I will feel that I will get the most out of use out of so many palettes. Because perhaps if you are a subscriber and you don't have a big collection, you may be like, okay, I have a small manageable collection that I really get good use out of my eyeshadow palettes. But if you are a complete addict of makeup like I am, oh my goodness, you're gonna have so many palettes, and sometimes we don't give the love that they deserve. And although eyeshadows, we can stretch a little bit their lifetime, honestly, we also have to be careful because they can, you know, create mold. So let's just rearrange it, and I'm gonna do my take now for this collaboration between Morgan and myself, and this is the same way that I handled it with Alicia. We haven't talked into like, okay, I'm gonna do a cool tone palette, I'm gonna do a warm tone palette, I'm gonna do, you know, like whatever, colorful, whatever it is. We haven't talked about any of those details. We just give ourselves like the complete freedom to just express ourselves, how we will do it, why we're doing it, and such. Okay, so now let me take you to the top of my table so you can see all the palettes laid out, and let's start this process of elimination of eyeshadow shades. Let's go for it. Okay, so I have laid out right here my Natasha Denona palettes. I do own these two 5-pan palettes. I decided to do not bring in my mini eyeshadow palettes because they are just too little, so no on those. And I do know on the big large 28-pan palettes, the largest ones, there are two, the green and the purple one. And then these right here, these two, and these right here, they have a smaller eyeshadow pans. So I decided to brought it into the mix and see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna end up using something like this or if I'm gonna go with this. Honestly, with Morgan, we haven't put any rules, so I will see how it goes. I will just start swatching and kind of like, you know, see what I want to do. And that's pretty much that. And as far as how I'm going to take out the eyeshadows, so on these palettes right here, same thing with, like, for example, the Biba palette, you have little holes on the back. So basically, you just need something pointy. This is like a little toothpick, and then you just go ahead and push the eyeshadow from the back like so, and then you have it all out, and that's it. So that's all what you need. And for the ones that they are leather, I will try to do it with a magnet instead of trying to tap it with something. So let's see how this goes. There you go. So it just came right off. I'm using two magnets right here. So that's the way that I will do it. And then I will make sure to write on the back with a Sharpie the name of the shadow or the number of the shadow and from which palette it's coming from, so I don't get frustrated later on too, like, where is it coming from? Definitely the part of swatching and creating the color story. I mean, it's fun because you get your creativity going, but it's the most time consuming because, I mean, for some people, I guess if you're a makeup artist, it may come easy, and I love designing, but I have to have a little bit of a visual and just kind of like connect with each of the eyeshadows. I know the vibe that I'm going for, so that makes it a little bit easier. But let me tell you that, oh, after all the swatches, these little arms, they hurt. They do hurt, but it's a lot of fun. And you know what? The good thing about Natasha Denona palettes is that you can actually pop out each of the eyeshadow pans, while the one, for example, that I did with the Mothership palette from MCGRATH, you cannot do that. So please, please, please do not attempt it. I think there was one subscriber that said, I have been trying to pop out. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I use Photoshop, and I mean, I have to say, thank goodness I have, you know, some knowledge of Photoshop and other, you know, design programs, and I was able to do it like that. But yes, this one right here is gonna be a little bit more easy because you're gonna be able to see a visual of the palette in the palette. And I decided to take the case of the Safari palette, and honestly, not because the outside, I mean, like, I like the outside. I like the combination of these greenish khaki color with the little pink right here, but I like the inside part because it's white and the framing is this kind of like a very soft blush nudie pink. So are you ready to see my own Natasha Denona palette? I'm excited. I think this is the part that gets me excited the most because it's like, after all that hard work, finally, I'm gonna be like, here you go. This is my own mini launch. Here you go. This is my Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. Let's start with the swatches of this palette. Avalon from Coral palette, Zena from Tropics, Viola from Lila, Elio from Lila, Coco from Viva, Sparks from Gold, Nude from Holiday 2 Aries, Gusty from Tropics, Peach Path Tropic, Sangria from Tropic, Ice Blue from Holiday Aries, Cava from Gold, Desert Jade from Safari, Tiger Lily from Tropics, and Freckle from Viva. I hope you like it. I hope you like it as much as I do. And the way that I created this palette right here is I do have 3 main color stories. The first is the first row, then second row, and then third row. But in addition to that, I wanted it to have also quads. So believe me, right here, there are 6 quads right here. So basically, if you cover the first column, this right here is a first quad, then this right here is another quad, this is another quad, this is another quad, this is another quad, and then this is another quad. Ta-da! Voila! And then these right here are shades that they are kind of like toppers, accent shades to kind of be that eyeshadow that is chameleonic, that it will just, you know, like give a shift to your eye look. So for example, if I'm doing something, you know, a little bit more simplistic, kind of like daytime or early afternoon, and then I want to take it to an evening look, a more impactful look, then I use these shades right here. And I have here enough mattes for my likes, so I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mattes. And then I do have some shimmer shades right here. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 duochrome, and then these right here are mostly kind of like toppers. I mean, they do have, you know, like some pigment, but they will not cover entirely your whatever eyeshadow look you have under it. So I think I have a good mix and a good balance of finishes for each eyeshadow, and I'm super excited. I really hope that you are just like me, and I decided not to go for too much brown or too much, you know, deep purples, and I didn't want to get one of the black, you know, in here. I just want to kind of like steer away from that because I have a ton, including from Natasha Denona, neutral palettes. So I don't need any more. I need to get used out of the eyeshadows that I really love and color stories that really speak about who I am, what I like. I know you're gonna be like, oh, there's a pop of blue right there, but you know what? I decided to stay away from the blue pop on my Mothership palette, and I'm happy I did because I love that palette. But then for this one right here, it's like, okay, I have a little bit more room because I'm working with 15 shades instead of 10. I think I really wanted to include this aquamarine type of blue, and I'm like, you know what? It can be fun. You know, it can be fun. Just something like, you know, a little bit of pop, and even if I want to smoke it out, I can do so too. I mean, I can take it instead of like, you know, quads. I can do all these right here and create a look with these shades right here and create another look with these right here. I mean, there's so much that I can do with this palette. Okay, friends, now I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna get you closer. We're gonna do this eyeshadow look, and let's go from there. Sonia G Classic Crease and the shade Peach Path from Tropic. I'm gonna place this shade above the crease. Shade Senna from Tropic and Mini Booster from Sonia G. And I'm taking that shade just on the crease side below the peach shade that I just used. I'm just building the pigmentation right on my outer V with the same shade. Sonia G Builder Pro and the shade Ice Blue from Holiday Palette Areas. And this shade I'm going to apply it wet, so I'm going to use a little bit of my MAC Fix Glass. And I'm just going to put it right in the center of my eyelid. With whatever is left on the brush, I'm just dragging it just a little over top of that lilac shade. Sigma E56 brush and the shade Nude from Holiday Palette number 2 Areas. Again, I'm going to just spray a little bit of the shade with the MAC Fix Glass. And I'm just going to apply it from the inner portion of my eyelid to connect with that beautiful blue shade. Sonia G Flat Definer and the shade Viola from Lila Palette. And I'm taking that shade directly on my lower lash line. I'm creating a little mini wing right here with that same shade. And that shade, I'm going to also take it on my upper lash line. And just define it just a little bit on the outer portion. Again, to create that just tiny, mini little wing. Refer 03 brush and the shade Sparks from the Gold Palette. Applying it on my inner corner. And down below right here, just a little. And that same shade, I'm just gonna sweep it a little right here on my brow bone. Finish with my look. Please do not mind my lashes. I have no idea how I put them on. I don't usually wear lashes. I do have lashes, and honestly, I just wear them right here on my channel just to amp up my look, but I don't even know how did I put them or not, so please do not judge. And by the way, all the rest of the products that I have used on my eyes and everything on my face will be linked on the description down below. But going back, I'm super happy with my palette. I'm super happy with the look that I was able to achieve because it's something that I was envisioning. To me, this palette had to be a representation of something that I enjoy so much, and that it may sound a little bit redundant, repetitive right here, because I mentioned to you that I love summertime so much. I'm a girl of summer. If I can live, I mean, in like a, you know, an island, in a tropical place year round, I will. It's just my soul, my heart just goes out there. In fact, when I was growing up, I'm Peruvian. I grew up 1 block away from the beach. That's where my house was, and I was able to go to the beach every single day if I wanted to. And believe me, summertime, my teenage year, my, you know, young 20s year, I was always out there without SPF. Don't do that, by the way. But that's the life that just makes me happy. In fact, like, even if I go back to see pictures of, you know, trips that I have done that had been in a tropical place or even at my country, I can see the radiance on my face. It's just completely different. It just gives me life. And that's what I think at the end, when you create a palette, you can have, you see, like, you have your inspiration, you have your thoughts about it, but it has to be something, I think, at doing this kind of like, you know, rearranging your palettes, it has to be something that speaks to you, that it motivates you, that it brings you joy. I mean, at the end, makeup, it just serves to enhance your own beauty and, you know, just to bring you a little bit of like extra happiness in your life, to just, you know, like put a little bit of your self-esteem, like, oh, I'm all put together, let's go out. Even if we're not going out anywhere, doesn't matter. That's how I feel like what makeup does to me. I think I was able to achieve what I wanted it. I mean, to me, like, for example, this row right here is kind of like that sunrise and even the sunset. I think all of us, we have at a moment in time presents a beautiful sunset when when the sky is just so in fire that it mixes in, and then you can see all these purple shades going through the clouds. I don't know, I mean, I'm sure you have seen it, and that's what I wanted to bring in here. Then this area right here, like even this shade right here, to me is like when you get that sunburn, that sun-kissed look, or even your golden hour. That for me is that. And then this right here, this area right here, for me is the sand, the ocean. This shade right here in particular, it just makes me feel like, you know, like being in the Mediterranean seas. Just that's what it reminds me, you know, the coral reefs. And then this shade right here, to me, it is a representation of, I will say, like 3 different things. When you see the sun hitting on the ocean, and the ocean is very calm, you see these sparkles going around of, you know, like crystally waters. And then also when the waves crash, and then you see this, you know, white foam that creates. To me is that. And then at nighttime, I know I'm getting too poetic right here, but for me, the nighttime, when you're looking after the sunset and the moon comes out, and you're maybe doing, I don't know, like a campfire, and you see the moon so clear, so shiny. For me, that's the shade right there. I know I get very poetic right here, but I just want to express what I was thinking when I'm doing this palette, because I think that's overall what it is just whatever our imagination goes for. And then in that sense, when we're rearranging our palettes, we're also putting so much of ourselves in there that most likely we'll end up using it more and more and more. And that being said, I would love to read your comments, so please leave them down below. Let me know what will be your ideal Natasha Denona palette, or any palette. What will be like your awesome color story, the thing that you will love to see. Also, like I said, this is the second episode of this series, so I'm planning to run this series depending on how much you like it. So it is super important to get your feedback. Also, what things should I talk about, perhaps, you know, what points to touch base on. I think that's obviously extremely important right here. What other brand would you like to see next? Also, I had a couple people from Instagram tagging me. They rearranged their palettes, their actual Pat McGrath Mothership palettes, obviously not taking out the eyeshadows from the pan, but you know, just creating a look, rearranging them and just playing with them. And I'm so appreciative of that. That just gives me, you know, like a little bit of like a lift up. I feel like so motivated. I'm like, wow, this is really coming along. People are liking the idea. And if you decide to rearrange one of your Natasha Denona palettes, go ahead, tag me on your Instagram. I would love to see what are your creations. And while you're leaving those comments down below, it is completely free. Do not wait too long. Go ahead, subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate your support. Also, ring the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Come and follow me on my Instagram. Very important right here. Before you head out, I please ask you to go and support Morgan. I cannot wait to see, Morgan, what have you created with your Natasha Denona palettes. I know you have a couple more palettes that I don't have, so I'm sure you're gonna create something amazing, beautiful, and I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait to hear what was your inspiration. So please go ahead, give her all that love and support. I will be leaving her channel and the video link on my description box. So please go ahead, give her some love and say hi from me to her. Thank you so much again, Morgan. Thank you so much to you guys. And if you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, share with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.